Welcome to the Vegans Who Live podcast. We're talking about all things, including drugs. Got Brooke Sellers, aka Miss Meatless Muscle, and myself, John Thomas, aka the Bodybuilding Vegan. We were talking a little off air about being sick, and then people talking crap about us on Instagram. But Brooke, how are you today?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I feel bad because I pretty much missed your birthday, and you're like my best friend and my business partner. But now that kind of explains it. But yeah, I still feel bad. I feel like I should have sent you something.
It's okay, dude. I don't hate me, but I don't even remember when your birthday was or is coming up, or like it's
Yeah, I'm so bad with birthdays. I would take no offense to it, and I'm kind of weird about my birthday too. Like, I get anxiety around my birthday. I don't know if that's. I don't know. I know other people do too. Some people don't like a lot of attention on their birthday. Like they're, they if they go to a restaurant, like they don't want people singing to them or they don't want like a whole party or I'm kind of like that. Like I just want I don't mind if people tell me happy birthday, but I don't like to make a big deal about it. I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know.
yes, I'm the same way. Like, yeah, you want to tell me happy birthday? Cool. But like, I don't know. Like, I got some awesome, I'll shout him out. Alex Nearest, like, sends
Oh
me
yeah.
the longest, nicest messages. And sometimes I'm like, oh my God, that's so sweet. I need like 15 minutes to reply adequately. And I do remember on my birthday, like 2 years ago, my screen time was like 14 hours. I was like, oh, I just need to say thank you to everybody. I need to reply and fold. I spent my whole birthday on my phone. And so this year I was like, no, I'll reply to everybody the next day or the day after. Or I'm sure I missed some people. If I did, I'm sorry. But I tried to get back to everybody. But like I tried to enjoy that day. And I had Allie with me. My brother was off work, so he took us into New York, and my mom came and walked like 30,000 steps. We did a subway for like an hour to get to the Natural History Museum. And we went from there to Central Park, and that was really cool. And I had my client Clarissa competing that day, so that was fun as well. Like to be able to still be working a little bit, but only like on something I really wanted to do. Then we walked the Brooklyn Bridge, and we were walking to get vegan pizza, and I saw a vegan Ethiopian restaurant, so we stopped there, and then I got pizza. And then we went back to Hoboken and like walked like this like nightlight bridge and 30,000 steps and a lot of pizza later. Yeah, it was a good birthday. It was
I love that.
I
That sounds so fun.
back to psychedelics and like investigating things. Started to realize, I used to love St. Augustine as a kid. And so I took Allie there for her 40th birthday. And she kept asking me, like, oh, what's your favorite thing? What's your favorite thing? And all I could think was like, my dad used to do this with me. My dad took me on this ride. My dad took me to this little putt-putt. And I realized it wasn't the place, it was the people. And same thing for my birthday. Like my mom's like, well, what was your favorite thing? And I was like, spending the whole day with you. And so, yeah, like, I don't know. I guess that's that for me. Like, I don't care the day. I don't care. It doesn't have to be right then. As long as I'm around the people I want to be around, and like I would have obviously loved for you to be there, but it doesn't work out for me to see every single person. So it's okay. We'll hang out another time. We'll make space, and I want to make people feel special on every day, not just their birthday. And I'm sure you feel the same way. So, yeah, it's all good. We got a lot going on. I can say that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anywho, I just talked a lot. What's new with you? Anything? Like getting over being
Is
sick?
anything new to me? Yeah, I'm still getting over being sick. I still have a cough, so if I do mute myself for a minute, it's because I'm coughing up a lung. Like it's when I find when I talk a lot, which sucks because I have this podcast, is when it happens. Like when I'm on calls, is when I've been talking for 20 minutes, I'll just like suddenly have to like dry heave for like 4 minutes, and the person's just like, "Are you okay?" Like. So
I'm gonna die
that's
if you
still
don't sign
lingering,
up.
but yeah. But everything else, yeah, I'm pretty much over it.
Okay. Well, that's good. Um, I I am. I guess I'm not super time crunch, but mild time crunch today, so we can actually. You know what? Question game. I'm gonna ask the question, and I've
Okay.
already thought of the question, and there's only one, but we're getting close. Probably by the time that this episode is released for one of my favorite seasons, which I'll call October. I don't think that's a season, but we'll go with it. So pumpkin spice lattes and all that great stuff. But and because I'm first October with Allie, wanting to find good movies to watch, what is either top one or top two favorite Halloween movies? Do you have like a movie you watch every
Oh,
year?
I am such a scary movie fanatic that it's gonna be so hard for me to pick, but I'm gonna do my best. Okay, do you want like actually scary or do you just want like good classic like Halloween movie
Let's do all right, and then we
or
won't go
both?
too long. We'll do three. We'll do scary. We'll do like childhood or like kid friendly, either
Mhm.
or like childhood or kid friendly, and then maybe like favorite like kind of classic.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe three, just three, and why is fine.
Okay, scary. I love the Conjurings, all the Conjurings, all the Annabelles. Those are actually kind of scary to me, or like the Nun. The whole like Conjuring series, all of those are like top tier. Conjuring 1, 2. I don't know if there's a 3. Oh yeah, there's a 3. All the Annabelles are awesome and the Nun, all like that whole universe. Beautiful. Love them. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Actually, my mom, I just asked her that question. She's like, Annabelle. I love Annabelle. I'm like, okay, cool.
They're so
Um,
good. They get kind of crazy theatrical, like kind of go off the deep end, usually at the end, because they always just have some big like finale, somebody gets possessed or like whatever. But they're like so scary throughout the whole movie. Like just the suspense is so good and it's awesome. I love them.
yeah. All right. I might rewatch one. I don't know if Allie's seen them or not. I think for me, I went into the theater to see Hereditary and I hadn't
I've heard that's
researched
really
it.
scary.
I'm not gonna say anything other than just watch it, go in without reading anything, and it's gonna be like just go watch it. Just go watch it.
Oh God.
Don't read
Okay.
about it. It's a good one to walk into, and you'll be like, "Holy fuck, what did I just sit down and watch?" One dude actually walked out of the movie theater at the end, like yelling. It was interesting. Okay, all right. So we got Annabelle for you, Hereditary for me, and Conjuring. Any what else? What else?
The Nun is awesome. Absolutely love The Nun. It's so good. That's probably my favorite in the scary category. Okay, so like kid kind of family friendly, is that what we're on?
Yeah, or like, what did you grow up on? Like, what was Halloween at your house as a kid?
I loved Halloween Town. Halloween Town 1 and 2. They always came on Disney Channel. That
Yeah.
that is my shit. It's just so good. It's just so
My
corny and funny.
my little brother, you know what? I might have to watch that again. It's been probably 20 plus years. Um, Halloween Town was good. I think Nightmare Before Christmas. I think that's more of a Halloween movie than a Christmas movie, personally. That was, I
Yeah.
think, played a lot. Trying to think what else was like in my, it was like the Pumpkin Charlie Brown thing. But I'm trying to think. Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo could be good. Did you ever watch
Scooby-Doo,
Scooby Doo?
yeah.
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 All right.
I guess Harry Potter could kind of be I think the first
The
one
first one.
especially is
Yeah.
yeah, like with the troll and yeah, I think that's a
Yeah.
really good Halloween one, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That was actually in my head and I forgot it. Okay. And then for me, I said classic. I don't really mean classic, but like I don't know, like Frankenstein, like that's super old. Um, I really, really, really like some of like the 80s horror movies. Like so we got like Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy Krueger, and then
Those are classics, yeah. I would say.
even like The Thing. Just because back then they were limited with what they were able to do. So they didn't have like CGI. So they had to make props for all this stuff, which on the one hand, like watching it as a child scared the shit out of me. But going back as an adult and like keeping my eyes open, I realized like, oh, you can see how they made this or where the little string is like holding this thing together. But it's really cool. It's like I couldn't have come up with a lot of these props. So like I like to watch them almost more from a like of the perspective of how did they do this and try and figure it out. I'm always trying to figure things out. But
Ooh, then you should watch movie okay, I don't know. It may be movies we love or movies we love or something like that and they show how the movies are made. Have you seen it?
ooh, no,
They
that
have
sounds
they
fun.
have Friday the 13th, they have Halloween, and I forget what other ones they have a Jurassic Park and Elf, but anyways, they show in Nightmare on Elm Street. They have Nightmare on Elm Street, and they show how they made it, and it's so freaking cool. And like Halloween, it's a whole episode on how Halloween even came to be, and it was like the lowest freaking budget movie ever. And they were just like the success that they had was crazy, and just some of the stuff they did because they didn't have a lot of money is just hysterical, but it looks so good on film. So yeah, you would love that. It's really cool.
I'm gonna have to go check that out.
It's on.
I remember going to Netflix. I'll find it. I went to Universal as a little kid with my dad, and like I remember seeing that they didn't have money to buy leaves for Halloween, so like they went and raked somebody's lawn right before filming, and they carried them over in trash bags.
Yeah.
Sean's jumping in here, and he's got his 3. He said Poltergeist. Okay, that's old. Cabin in the Woods. That's really solid. If you haven't seen it, I say
I
go
haven't
into it
seen
blind.
that.
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
Go into that one blind. Don't read about it. Just go
Okay.
watch it. It'll be freaking great. And Monster Squad. I've not seen Monster Squad. I'm gonna put that on my list. I want to go in blind. I like going into movies blind because then you have no expectations and you just take on a trip instead of like, oh, I know what's gonna happen or I have no idea. Like anyways. All right. Talked enough about movies and stuff. Sean was smiling about the Monster Squad, so I'm definitely gonna have to watch that. Maybe tonight. All right, cool. So we are all things vegan today. Let's veganize your meals. I think this will be a very, very helpful episode for anybody that's been vegan for a while and hasn't tried some of these things, or somebody that is wanting to become vegan. So that's why we picked this to be our season finale of season 3. I can't believe we're saying that. Like we're coming into season 4. That's just
Crazy.
nuts.
Yeah.
I remember when we got started, I think I said 10 seasons and we're already almost halfway. Maybe more like a third, but who cares? Math doesn't matter. All right. So, with time being of the essence, let's jump into this season finale. Eggs. I want to go vegan, but I love eggs. Have you heard that before, Brooke? Ever?
I have. Yeah, I have. I've heard people get hung up on eggs, which was kind of surprising to me because that was never a sticker for me, but everybody's different. So, but I've heard a lot of people that one and cheese, those are the biggest ones for me.
Yeah, at the Plant-Based World Expo in New York, like it was like a whole aisle of just cheese, like 12 different vendors of cheese. I'm like, dang, I didn't care about cheese that much, but people do. So for eggs, we've got a lot on the list. I have the list pulled up. I can just read off of it.
Yeah, I got it up too.
So probably the easiest one is just egg. The marketing there is interesting. Just egg, like you would think it's egg, but it's not egg, but it tastes just like egg. That's what it should have been, just like egg, not just egg. But you can scramble it, you can cook and bake with it. It very, very eggy flavor, and I think it's even a similar nutrition profile to like a whole egg, like pretty high in fat and some protein as well. Tofu scramble, that's what I was big on. Add maybe like a little bit of curry powder and or turmeric and curry powder, but it'll give it that yellow color. And that was like my first introduction to a vegan egg. Fava bean tofu scramble, flaxseed for cooking and baking. Same thing for applesauce. You can buy vegan egg
Aquafaba.
replacers. I'm about to let you take aquafaba. What is aquafaba?
So aquafaba is actually like the film and the like juice that's in a can of chickpeas. So like if you drain a can of chickpeas, it's aquafaba, and it's just like this perfect consistency that is great for baking, and you can use it as an egg substitute. So yeah, and all you need is a can of chickpeas, which most vegans have anyways. So that's an awesome egg replacer and very clean. I've used Bob's Red Mill egg replacer. I bought that one before and it was okay. I've had the most success with flaxseed and applesauce. And I have heard of people cooking with just egg too. I've just never tried it. I used to really be into the just egg, and then I kind of got away with it as I started competing, just because it does have like oil and stuff added to it. But if you're struggling, like if you're like hung up on eggs, I think Just Egg is probably like one of the best alternatives because it's so egg-like. Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with that. If you're like, I gotta eat scrambled eggs with my toast, go try Just Egg. And if that doesn't do it for you, I don't know what will. I think it's pretty darn close. I did try. Oh gosh, I'm a horrible ambassador. I tried that one company that sends like pre-made stuff, and they sent me like a pre-made like sunny side
Is
up
it the
egg or
Wonder
like
Eggs? Wonder Eggs? I've
it
seen those at
wasn't
Whole
Wonder Egg, but it's
Foods.
like that. It's like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a lot of options out there. I think if yeah, Just Egg, or you can get pretty darn close to the tofu scramble if you know how to do it.
I think so too.
Um,
Oh yeah. I make a damn good tofu scramble and I love that. And so yeah, and if you are soy free, you could do the fava bean tofu scramble, or if you just want higher protein, less fat like me, I do the fava bean tofu scramble and it is so good. And I've made it for non-vegans like my mom and they love it. They say it tastes just as good. A little nutritional yeast and black salt. I know people love black salt. It's I don't know. I think some people may like it, some people may not like it. It's got a very strong, like, potent flavor, but it can make it more eggy-like.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Black salt will make it have that more like pungent egg kind of
Yeah.
flavoring. Um, and we were so in alignment with something. Oh, nutritional yeast. Yeah, it makes it almost I guess like an omelet, like egg and cheese omelet. Like, gosh, it's been 20 years since I've had one of those. And then if you're baking, I think the flaxseed, the applesauce, we didn't add this in there, but bananas can work really well too.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you could use that as a substitute because it binds things together. My mom, she'll go to the store and buy like a pre-made cake mix and then use like vegan sour cream. She won't even use eggs. She'll just throw that in there and it tastes really good. So you got,
Really? Sour cream, interesting, I'll have to try that. Now another
or is
hack
it
I know
cream cheese? Oh,
or
I'm so
cream
bad with my
cheese,
cheeses and stuff. It could be either one. I don't know. Don't Sorry, mom. I don't know. It might be
hmm,
cream cheese. That would make more sense, right, for baking? Yeah.
I don't know, if you're just replacing egg, yeah, probably.
I'm a horrible son.
Yeah,
Well, I don't
well,
know. My mom makes it and I eat it, so it's really good. All right, well, that's eggs. Eggs is pretty easy. Milk. I would go vegan, but I love milk. Man, I think people that drink milk, including my younger self, we're just weird. Like, do I drink dog milk? What about goat milk? What about mice milk? What about, I don't know, elephant milk? Like, any mammal makes milk, but we only drink certain. I don't know. Anyways, thank goodness there are so many other options. We have almond milk, soy milk, cashew milk, rice milk, coconut milk, oat milk, and I'm sure there's more. But that was like
I've even
off the
seen
top.
pea, yeah.
A pea milk, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's okay, but out of this list, what are your favorite and why?
So I would say macro-wise, love almond milk, and I do feel like it has the best taste just because, like, I mean, 30 calories per cup, for like the unsweetened one, you can hardly beat that, so I do love that. If I wanna add a little protein, I think soy is good. I did just buy this, soy chocolate milk by I don't know, I'll have to look, maybe Almond Breeze or Silk. It was Silk, and it has 9 grams of protein per cup. That was amazing. Oh my gosh, like, I felt like a little kid drinking it. Um, and I think, oat milk is really good for, like, coffee. I found if you 'cause I have this, Keurig and it does like a cappuccino, like a frothing. It has
Uh,
that, like, feature on it, but I couldn't really get the almond milk to come out right, but when I swapped it for oat milk, which was just, like, a little bit thicker, it froths so much better, and it makes just, like, the best little, like, latte.
cool. Cool beans. I've come full circle. I was a soy boy because I think when I got started with this journey, it was like soy milk and rice milk. I think rice milk had like 30 carbs or something. I could be wrong, but like I was like soy because there's protein. Why not? And then started tracking macros instead of just protein. And I was like, oh, almond milk all day. And then oat milk came out. I'm like, damn, they're just making milks out of everything now, aren't they? Um, and I didn't really want to get on the oat milk train. I was like, well, almond has better macros, soy has better protein. But I'm a big boy now, so I can eat a lot, and I've kind of, like I said, come full circle. I mostly buy soy milk now. I did some research, and almond milk is significantly harder on the environment than the other plant milks. I don't think almond milk is worse for the environment than cow milk, but almond versus soy versus oat, almonds probably the most like water intensive crop out of these. So I use mostly soy for the protein aspect, and then Allie likes oat milk because it's like 60 calories for a cup, so it's in between the almond and the soy. So we'll do some oat milk at home too. If I ever run out, I just steal hers. It's all good to go. But those are my top two, and I think they both taste good. I think honestly, if it was like an off day and I don't care, like oat milk is probably where I'm at, especially in
Yeah,
coffee.
it's so good. I think it's just so much creamier.
Yeah, and I could be wrong, but isn't that what Ben and Jerry's uses for their ice cream? Is it oat milk? I think. I think I could be wrong, but they make oat milk ice cream,
I
and
don't
it's
know.
good.
Yeah.
It's good. Oatly makes some. Um, but yeah, that's milk. It's
Easy.
I I go vegan, but I love milk. Well, there's so many freaking options, and they don't make you shit yourself if you're lactose intolerant. Um, I got people that are still like, I love milk. It's gonna make me shit myself. I'm like, what the heck, dude?
Oh
Anyways,
boy.
I would go vegan, but I love chicken. Well, we got a lot of options here. I think the Say Grace, we have that at the top of the list. We're both affiliated with them because we love them, not because they're paying us buku dollars, but because they're just good products. And the macros are freaking hard to beat, especially for prep clients. So the shreds and the
Mhm.
nuggets, um, then we got the meaty cutlets. Those are made from mushrooms. We got tofu, obviously from soy, lion's mane mushrooms, seitan, guardian fillets. There's a lot of chicken. There's daring chicken.
Mhm.
There's
Oh, I didn't even think of daring. Daring is a really good one too. That one's so close to chicken.
yeah,
It's
and
freaky.
now Walmart has. They used to have great value, but now I think they have like better brand or something like that, like better foods or better goods. And they have like chicken nuggets that are under that as well. So like even Walmart
Mhm.
house brand has vegan options. There's so much out there. But like for me, if I was trying to convince somebody, I made the other day, I didn't have noodles. So I made a chicken noodle soup, but no noodles and double chicken with say grace. Threw in some peas, some carrots, and like made this broth, and like it was really good. It was kind of like chicken soup. Um, so for the shreds, that'd be really good. Um, I think Seitan's pretty close too. Like if you're trying to convert somebody, what out of that list is your favorite?
That's a tough one for me. It's like I have different favorites for different reasons. Like I've had if it's just like taste alone, um, the lion's mane mushroom, I've had some just very impressive fried chicken made from lion's mane mushroom. I mean, it was crazy how good and like tender it was. And that's kind of like a thing now in some of these restaurants is that's like their gig. I know
Shout
you want to
out
say boy, yeah.
Vegan International Co. in Tampa. That's I was like when I saw they had a lion's mane, I was like, I don't really want this. I think it was the last thing I tried, and now it's my favorite thing on the menu. It's so good.
Yeah, there's a place here in Atlanta and they make like all sorts of different stuff with the mushrooms. So for me, that's very impressive. It's so good. If I was gonna convert someone, I think that would be something cool for to try at the restaurant. Now, I've never made it at home, so I don't know, like, how easy it is to replicate, if it would be something that would be easy to do at home. I've never tried it. I'd love to try it actually just to see, because there might be a learning curve there for someone who's a new vegan on turning a mushroom into tasting like a piece of chicken, but I do think that's just really impressive. I think macro-wise, Say Grace is awesome. I do think the shreds would be like I'm trying to figure out how to do like a buffalo chicken dip with the shreds because I think that would be really good. There's just a lot you could do with that, or even like barbecue chicken. The meaty cutlets, the macros are really good on that. Very close to chicken if you just put salt, pepper, and like adobo seasoning on it. I've been eating those every day. I'm like hooked on those right now. Guardian fillets, that's very close to chicken too. Those like scallopini, I think it's scallopini fillets or something like that. And seitan, I think, can be made to taste a lot like chicken. I've personally never achieved that myself at home, but I've had it in restaurants where it's like pretty spot on. And tofu, if you freeze it for 24 hours and then cook it, um, something about I don't know, something about freezing it, it just makes the texture, so much more kind of, like, stringy, like chicken breasts, and that's really good too, so, yeah, I don't know, I really like them all. I would say if like, macro, like, everyday wise, love the meaty cutlets, love the steak rice and seitan.
Yeah. And there's options for everybody. The meaty cutlets, they're made out of mushrooms as well. I think that's the most blown away I've ever been by macros to taste on a food. Like, yeah, if you guys haven't tried them, I highly recommend it.
And
One last
soy-free,
thing,
gluten-free.
soy free, gluten free. Like, you got no excuse, and mushrooms are good for you. Like, they have vitamins and minerals too. It's not just protein.
Yeah.
Um,
And complete protein. I
Complete
there's gonna
protein.
be somebody who's like, "Yeah, I'm soy-free, gluten-free, like, what am I supposed to eat?" There's, like, tons of options on here, so
Yeah. I haven't tried them yet. They're sitting in my freezer, but Blackbird, they make pizzas and they also make wings and they look really good. And the macros are solid. So I need to try that soon, but I've heard really good things and their pizzas are freaking phenomenal. So, um, options there. I would go vegan, but I just love eating cows too much. I got to have my beef. Beef, it's what's for dinner. No, it's not. Not anymore. We got options. We got options. So we got TVP, which is textured vegetable protein. It comes from soy. We got the meaty steaks. We got Plant Boss, Seitan, the Impossible or Beyond options. Unreal Deli steak slices. Those are freaking good. You snuck that
Mhm.
one in there. Um, yeah, Unreal Deli is top notch. If you've had Toverki, it's not bad. Unreal Deli is like next step level up.
It's more deli meat like to me than tofurkey. Tofurkey's like a little rubbery sometimes, but,
Yeah.
the texture of the Unreal is really good, and the macros are good too, for the most part.
Have you had a pub sub, a vegan pub sub?
I've not had a vegan pub sub.
So they recently took them off the menu. So you'll have to do your research if you go. But the thing is, for the vegan pub sub, the employees don't really know how to dose the food correctly. So you get like an $8 foot long, and they put a whole pack of Unreal Deli on there. Yeah, like the Unreal Deli pack is already like $6 or $7. So like you're making out better with the pub sub by that than if you and they put like bacon, they put cheese, vegan mayo, like they go
Damn.
ham, they go ham. That's a joke. That's a pun. But yeah, no, it's pretty good. So I believe they're still at most locations, but the employees often don't know how to make them, and they'll just throw an entire pack of the Unreal Deli on there. That's how I tried it.
Oh my
Tell
gosh, that's
me,
awesome.
so TVP it comes like in granules and it's super. You can throw it in the microwave. You can eat it raw. Brooke taught me you could eat it raw years ago. Alex Walsh, aka Yabonks from Karma Farm, he'll eat like a pound of it raw. I've watched him do it many times. um,
Yeah, that's
Tell me about
crazy.
Plant Boss. Do you use Plant Boss?
Yeah, I have Play Boss, I would say probably weekly, it's definitely one of my favorites, so it's gonna be kind of like a ground beef like TVP would be. It's tiny, ground, little, it's pea protein based, so it is, again, a soy-free, gluten-free option for people. When I was soy-free, gluten-free, I lived off that stuff, and it comes pre-seasoned, so, like, in the bag, like, it's a bunch of sauces or not sauces, but spices in the bottom, and so you don't have to season it yourself, but it's really good. So it's like taco, kind of like taco style. Macros are great. It's like 90 calories and I think like 15 grams of protein or something like that. I would have to check, but it's really good and it's another really good soy-free, gluten-free option for those people.
There we go. Helping the people. There's plenty of options. I think beef's pretty easy to get around now.
Yeah, that one is
Next
super
one,
easy.
yeah, next one's a little harder. I'd go vegan, but I love
Yeah.
seafood. And until I watched Seaspiracy, I used to think, well, maybe, it's not nice to kill a fish, but it's not that bad. But then when you realize that commercial fishing kills the oceans directly and indirectly, I was talking actually with Moonman Justin yesterday, and that was the documentary that made him go vegan pretty much overnight. Like when he saw
Mm.
we catch the tuna and then the sharks don't have tuna to eat, so they eat lower on the food chain and the food chain collapses, and then all the animals in the oceans die, and then humans, we starve for oxygen up here on land, and we kill ourselves by eating fish. So don't eat fish. Go eat from our list. We have good catch tuna and crab cakes, Gardein fish fillets, chickpea tuna salads, tofu scallops. That's a different one. Have you had a
Yeah, I
tofu
stuck that
scallop?
one in there too. Yeah, I did. So I had a tofu scallop at have you heard of Hell's Kitchen? Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the Hell's Kitchen in Las Vegas, and that was the one of the vegan items that he had was the little
Mm.
scallops, and they were tofu, and it's pretty good. And I was like, honestly, this is something you could really make at home. Like it's actually easy. You really just cut tofu into a circle.
Wow. See, I went vegan so early. I've never had an oyster or a scallop or calamari. I didn't even know what
Yeah.
calamari was until I took Spanish. Like
Oh my
that's
gosh.
how far off and I mean Spanish like a couple months ago, not like in elementary school. Um, so a lot of
Yeah,
these
well,
seafoods are
see
different.
yeah, seafood was tough. I was like, I hope John has some because I don't have a lot of them. The Good Catch is a good brand. They're in Whole Foods, and the tuna packets are actually very macro friendly. So I love to take those little packets when I travel.
Oh,
It's something like I think it's 100 calories per pack, and it's something like 15 or 16 grams of protein. So that's great when you're traveling. You could just throw it on a salad or, like get a sub or something and put it on that. So I love those. The crab cakes are pretty solid with macros as well. They have some salmon burgers as well and some like fried fish fillets, but the macros aren't great. So I haven't tried those, but there are options out there. So and then I saw you did put the Gardein fish fillets, which are not bad either. Those are pretty solid if you like fish sticks. I'm not really a
yeah,
fish stick person, but I was never really a seafood person anyways.
yeah. I think I liked it because my dad liked it. That was funny story. The last place I took my dad to eat was the only vegan restaurant in Gainesville, my hometown. Frenchman Street Food. They had a catfished burger sandwich thing, and that was the last time I took my dad out to eat. And because he loved seafood, so he tried it and he said it was good. So, anyways, I like that, and it was actually really good as a vegan. But I don't remember loving fish that much as a kid. It was just something I did with my dad. Gardein fish fillets, I would put it as like good cafeteria food. If you had a
Yeah.
good fish sandwich in like elementary or middle school and you're craving that, that's where you'll be at. It's not Chef Ramsay, but it would bring me back to my childhood. And then the chickpea tuna salad, you could make at home. I've had some really good ones at restaurants, like chickpea tuna salad sandwiches or burger, or not burgers, but like in a bun. And then I forgot to put this on there, but you can get nori or seaweed sheets and make your own like fish version of sushi, or just put them in like probably with like the say grace of some sort and some soy sauce, and it'll be kind of like a miso soup or a fishy thing. Like it's not the fish, it's the algae that I think gives it that fishy flavor. So yeah, you got options there. Um,
Yeah, I think the market is still kind of expanding as far as like vegan replacements for seafood because there's not that much, but yeah, there's definitely I mean there's definitely some things out there.
I I tried a lot of things at the Plant Based World Expo and like a lot of fish things. I just don't remember them all. I don't remember the brand names. They were new to me, but like we're all good. Like if I went to a restaurant, they said, "Hey, you can't order, but this is what you're getting." I would be like, "Okay, well, it's good." Um, and I did have Allie try some stuff because she's 7 months vegan now, so her taste buds still remember the other stuff, and she's like, "It's pretty close." So, yeah, there's a lot out there. Moving along, I would be vegan except I love yogurt. I don't know if I've heard that one. I don't think I've heard that one.
I feel like
But
that's
there's
one of those too that yogurt is I don't the vegan yogurts are really, really good. It's just here's the problem with the vegan yogurt market is that the macros suck. Like the only good vegan yogurt I have found is the Kite Hill Greek yogurt, which is soy based. So of course, again, if you're soy free, that's out for you. Um, but they all taste really good. Like the coconut yogurt, we have that listed for like by So Delicious, and I mean, there's definitely some others that I can't think of right now. But there's so many good vegan yogurts, and they taste amazing. Like the Silk yogurt
yeah.
too. Actually, that one's not terrible. I think that one's like 10 grams. But like you compare that to like a regular Greek yogurt. Like before I was vegan, I used to eat a lot of those like Light and Fits and like those Oyokos or whatever. And it's like almost like 18 grams or so in a Greek yogurt. So that's where we still need to make a little bit of progress. So I'm hoping some vegan will make a macro comparable yogurt.
Yeah, I think like Whole Foods has their own house brand and they add pea protein to it. So it's like
Mm,
almond-based yogurt with pea protein. So like the protein's a bit higher, but I don't think you're gonna find them directly usually. Because like some non-vegan yogurts are just protein, like no fat, no carbs, just protein.
yep.
Um, what else? You can make your own. I've never tried this, but I've heard you can get like this cheap soy milk that's like shelf stable, so it's not refrigerated, and use an instant pot. Then you'll just buy like one of these other vegan yogurts and use it as like a starter culture, and you can supposedly make your own yogurt super cheap. I've never tried it yet, but it's something I'd be interested in. And supposedly the macros are better. So yogurt, there's options. If you just love the taste of yogurt, you can do it. If you're trying to like get a ton of protein, it's not the best. It's not the worst, but it's not the best.
Yeah.
I'd go vegan, except I love ice cream. I think man, the vegan ice creams now are unreal to the point where I think people would be
Yeah.
happy even if they didn't know. They wouldn't even tell you. I think I put
They can
Arctic Zero. That would be more of like I think that's the name of the brand. I have their sticker on my fridge somewhere.
yeah, I put
But
that
they
one
make
there.
like a okay, yeah, they do like a low calorie vegan yogurt. It's not the best or vegan ice cream. It's not the best in the world, but for the calories, for the macros, it's not bad at all. Um,
Yeah, we're giving you guys
Briar,
options.
yeah,
If you want to be a
Briar's
fit vegan, if you want to be
Arctic
a
Zero.
junk food vegan, yeah.
Briars makes their own vegan ice cream now. Like my brother's texting me. He's not a health vegan. He's an ethical vegan that eats junk food all the time. He's like, dude, it's good. Ben and Jerry's. I got some in St. Augustine. They even have it in their locations now, like vegan scoops in the shops. And that's the safest way to do it, guys. If you're a fat ass like me, you can just go into there and get a scoop and walk away. It's not like buying the pint because who eats a third of a pint? Come on now. Allie's
Oh
like,
yeah,
you
no,
look at the calories for the whole package, John. Like there's servings. So I was like, yeah, there's one serving for the whole package. It's 800 calories.
yeah.
That's me.
Oh yeah,
Sean,
yeah. There's no stopping yourself with Ben& Jerry's because it's literally almost just like regular ice cream. You could not tell the difference. And like I know I used to do that. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just have like a little bit. Like I'll just have a bite. Like just trying to have like a few tablespoons of it and then cut myself off. It's impossible. Like you're better off just not.
yeah, yeah, especially if you're high. Oh gosh. Sean said the Oatly strawberry flavor is dangerously good. Oatly around the clock is just solid.
I've not tried
I'll
that
let
one.
oh, Oatly is really good. Wild Good olive oil, I have not heard of. You put that. So what is that?
That one is really good. So that's an ice cream. It's olive oil based. The vanilla is like out of this world. Love that one. It's super clean ingredients. I found it at Sprouts. I don't know if it's anywhere else. So that's if like you want clean ingredients. Maybe you don't care about macros because I don't think the macros were phenomenal. If you really want good macros, I would suggest getting a Ninja Creamy. That's really the best way to do it. And you can make your own vegan ice cream at home. And it's as simple as you just have almond milk, protein powder, and some sugar-free pudding mix. That's all you really need to make a really good protein ice cream. And you can make it whatever flavor your protein powder is whatever flavor your ice cream will be. Same with the pudding mix. I love that. Like that ice cream, it's so like it's actually really, really good. It does not taste like protein ice cream. So I would definitely recommend that to anybody who's worried about their macros.
Yeah, I think Ninja Creamy is the way to go there. If you guys want recipes, go follow Brooke on Instagram. She posts a lot on there. Yeah, I don't have one yet. Allie and I are thinking about getting one. Our counter space here is very limited. Yeah, like the Briars, it's not health. It's not vegan for health. Like
Yeah.
there's high fructose corn syrup in it, but if you want high fructose corn syrup vegan ice cream, you can get it. All right, this is probably the biggest one. I've heard this probably more than anywhere else. I would go vegan, except I love cheese, and I don't get it. But there's one of you listening to this out there, and this applies to you. So I would say, in order of, try this first. Try the Miyokos. Really, really, really solid brand. They have like pourable ones for pizza. They have cheese shreds. They just have all sorts of stuff, and I think it's really good. I've had some other like designer things. Like I would probably go to Whole Foods to find these, where it's like blocks of vegan cheese that are really good, and vegan cheesecakes. It's like 1,000 calories for like a little thing that'll fit in the palm of your hand. It's dense, but if you really like cheese, Follow Your Heart makes some good stuff. They make a lot. There's also a lot of cashew based cheeses. Panna Cheesa, I got to meet. It's Oh gosh, I am putting myself on the spot here. What is the owner of Panna Cheese's name? It's on the tip of my tongue. It's not Jason. I am
I can't
horrible.
remember. I haven't
Well,
talked to them in
I
forever.
met I met him at the Plant Based World Expo. So him and his wife. They're
Nice.
super nice. And Panna Cheesa is a kind of healthy version of cheese, like Parmesan cheese. And then we got
And it's really
nutritionally.
good. Yeah.
It is really good. It's really good. Like I endorse it. Even if I forget people's names, I will eat their cheese until I cannot eat it anymore. But yeah, the vegan cheese market has exploded, and I think a large part is because a lot of people are lactose intolerant. It's not even out of compassion for the animals; it's compassion for their butts and toilets.
Yeah, dairy has, I feel like the world has started to move away from dairy. I feel like that's been an easier transition just because I think people are easily able to connect a lot of their health issues or like acne or like whatever to dairy. So I feel like that's been kind of an easier transition than actual meat and eggs and whatnot. But yeah, I think that's another thing with cheese is kind of like the yogurts. So, because I always have people ask me, well, what's a good vegan cheese to eat? And it's like, well, I mean, a lot of the vegan cheeses are basically just straight up fat and oil because they're made from like, yeah, either an oil or cashews or something like that, sometimes coconut. So it's just like really dense, like you said. So it's one of those things that if you're going to use it and you're trying to do like macro friendly meals, use it in moderation. Otherwise, you're probably better off with something like, yeah, like nutritional yeast or Panna Cheesa. I have seen some cashew cheeses at the store that were pretty macro friendly, but a lot of the like shreds and stuff that you get in the bag, those are like pretty much off the charts. But I do think like for special holidays, like yeah, I love the Miyokos, the pourable. I think that's a mozzarella that's pourable, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That one makes an awesome freaking lasagna. And Follow Your Heart is really good too. Like I use that on holidays for like mac and cheese because it's one of the few that melts really nice. So
They make
that one's good for recipes. Yeah.
They make a good ranch too. If you're looking for dressing, ranch dressing. Thank you, Sean. Sean behind the scenes taking care of us. It's Ryan. I knew it was Ryan, but I was like, Ryan's with Say Grace, but we have multiple Ryans. So no, I should have trusted my gut, but I was like, no, I know they're with a different company. But all right, I'm gonna have to keep us going because I gotta lift soon. So we're rushing through these. But yeah, cheese, there's a ton
Okay.
of options. Bacon. I'd go vegan, but I love bacon. I feel like a lot of people love bacon.
Yeah.
All right, we had written down tempeh, sweet earth, Upton's, and carrots. I haven't had the Upton's bacon. How is the Upton's bacon?
It was good. The backers are good too. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I tried it and I tried it in my air fryer actually. But it was yeah, it was pretty good. I think my favorite as far as taste, I really like the sweet earth. The sweet earth is just really good. It has like a really good smoky, sweet kind of flavor.
Then I would check it out. Where do you get that? Whole Foods or?
I think the last place I've seen it was Whole Foods, yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you'll be able to get this in stores or not, but I've had Thrilling Foods Bacon. It's Bakon, bacon. It's not the cheapest stuff, but it's like kind of comes like a block of tofu that you cut up and then air fry. But damn, it's like crispy and macros are okay. It's like equal fat to protein. But it I think like for like a BLT or something, like you're trying to get like a crispy fried bacon, that's gonna be as close as you're gonna get, at least that I've found.
Yeah. I
I'm sure
think
there's
that one's
others.
Yeah, that one was very impressive. They sent me some, like, forever ago, maybe a year ago, and, my whole family tried it, and everybody was and, you know, I was the only vegan at the time. Everybody was super, super impressed, and they're bacon people. So,
Yeah.
it was really impressive, but, yeah, it's just kind of hard to find. I don't know if they're in stores anywhere.
Yeah. Like there's like the Light Life or Smart Life bacon that's like low cal, but like it's not gonna taste like bacon. It's just like
No.
it's trying to be a health food that looks like bacon, like at the end of the day. Deli meats, Tofurkey, Unreal. You could make your own seitan, the Light Life pepperoni, Beehive. There's a good number of options. You go to Whole Foods, you can find stuff to make a good sandwich. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite out of those? I think for me it'd be the Unreal.
I love the Unreal. Yeah.
Yeah. The Tofurkey's not bad. I think the key to that, you got to peel all of them. You can't just eat it like a block. It's not very good like a block, but if you put some air in between the slices, then it's better. Um, Pizzas. I added this to the list because you might want a vegan pizza. First, use Happy Cow or Google around and find a local pizza place that has vegan options or a vegan pizza place. But if you must, Blackbird makes incredible pizzas with okay macros. I mean, they're not made to be macro friendly, but they're okay. Amy's makes some vegan pizzas. We didn't put it on there, but I think Gardein? No. Yes, no. No, not
I know
Daya.
diet
Daya
diet
makes
oh,
pizza.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. Is it Daya or Daya?
I don't know, I'm guessing.
It's one of the two, guys. We don't know. It's fine. Have you had the
Again,
Blackbird
not
pizzas yet?
I haven't. No, I'm not a big frozen pizza person. If I'm gonna do a pizza, it's like I'm gonna go to a pizza place, you know?
I will tell you, I've had a lot of frozen pizza in my life, and oh, Sean said it's Daya, like
Oh,
day, not die, because we don't kill animals, so we're not Daya, we're Daya. I'll remember now.
Daya.
Um, Daya, damn. But yeah, no, the Blackbird, the crust actually. I told Ali, I was like, the crust is my favorite part. And usually with a frozen pizza, the crust isn't the best part, but like I say you try them. I think they're at most Targets and maybe Whole Foods.
Okay.
Honestly, reach out to them. They might send you some. They sent me 6. But yeah, I like them. It's like 800 or 900 calories for the whole pizza, which is a lot, but like I can fit that in on a refeed day. Like, and I can account for it. Whereas you go out to get a pizza and it's just the whole day's ruined macro wise.
Yeah.
Um, all right. Well, we already got the list. We should put like a little slide reel of this for like Instagram or something of carousel. I think that
Yeah,
would be
definitely. That's a good
valuable.
idea.
Yeah. And then tell people to go watch this episode to support us. But
Good
all right,
idea.
dude, I gotta run to the gym. So this went a little over, but you know what? I make sacrifices, and so do you. Obviously, you've spent your time here too to help the people eat some vegan foods. Um, I think this should be like anybody that wants to go vegan. This is the first episode they should listen to. Yeah.
Yes.
Um, did we miss anything? I think we probably did. All right, we'll cover it real quick. Protein powders.
Oh.
Because like that's the next thing. Well, where do you get your protein? Well, if you didn't find it on all these other things, pea protein, soy protein, rice protein, hemp protein, fava bean protein. I got some watermelon seed protein sitting at my feet that I need to try. There's just a lot of options. If you can't find it, you're not looking hard enough. I see it at every store. Even at the last Crunch I was at, they had a plant-based protein there. Um, I like to get my stuff right now from True Nutrition because I can mix and match. Or if my client has a soy allergy, we got pea, and if they got a pea allergy, we got rice, and if they got a rice allergy, good God, that sucks. But I know you do stuff with veg, so people can go find our information on Instagram in our bios if y'all want to use our codes and support. But what is veg? Is it pea or is it a blend?
It is a blend. It is mostly pea protein, though.
Mostly pea protein. Okay.
Yeah.
Pea by itself, pea or soy are my two favorites. So
Yeah.
yeah, you got
Same.
options for protein powders. So yeah, guys, this has been
I mean, I think
valuable.
that's pretty much, yeah. I mean, of course, there's like sour cream and cream cheese, but I mean, there's vegan alternatives for almost all of those. Almost all of the cheese companies also have like the cream cheese and the all that. Yeah.
Go look for it, y'all. It's out there. And every time you go to the store and you spend money on it, you are supporting these businesses and you're telling the stores, hey, keep stocking this. We like this. We want more of this. You might not feel like you're making a huge change, but you really are. I can tell you, vegan for 18 years, none of this shit was around 18 years ago. Like nothing on this list. Okay, yeah, tofu was on the list, but that was about it, man. There's so many more good things now. So I want to see it there. All right, dude. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. We can wrap it up.
Wrap it up. All right, y'all. Send this to your people that are vegan or not, because it's a lot. There's a lot of value. We packed value in here. I know we did. I'll let you take us off, Brooke.
All right. Thanks for tuning into the Vegans Who Live podcast. This is the season finale. And we love you guys. Thank you for supporting us. And we will see you in season 4.
Hell yeah. Take care.